In this video, I will be providing you with a method that can be used to measure the height of a guardrail. And this can also be used to measure the height of a handrail. So a lot of people confuse the two. A guardrail is going to prevent you from falling over the side of a stairway. A handrail is usually going to be used for something that you can hold on to while you climb up or go down a set of stairs. So guardrail prevents you from falling over, handrail something to hold on to. And there are guardrails that you can hold on to. I understand that, but the guardrail height of a guardrail is usually going to be 42 inches. The height of a grippable handrail is going to be 38 inches. So we won't be able to use the 38-inch measurement for a guardrail. Hope that makes sense. So if I measure from the front of the tread, the face of the tread, so here we don't have a nosing on this. We just have a regular tread and riser. We're going to be measuring from the face of it to the top of the guardrail. It needs to be 42 inches. Now here's something I want to point out. You're going to be safe sometimes if you're building a set of stairs and it's going to get carpeting on it. The inspector is going to measure from the top of the carpeting. He's not going to measure from the top of the rough framing. So it won't be a bad idea to make your guardrail a little taller than 42 inches so you don't have to rip your stairway apart. So 3'6", 42 inches will be any measurement using from this line here as long as it is plumb or completely vertical. So face of the tread to the top. This thing can be higher, just cannot be lower. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. Cannot be lower. Here we have it lower, but it can be higher than 42 inches. Now I do need to point out that you're going to need to check with your local building department. This 42 inches is a standard for most building departments, and it's in the international code books. But there is also an exception I found in there for 36 inches. So check with them to make sure, or build your guardrail a little taller, either way. So here it is again at 42 inches. Now let me show you how to use a level and a 2x4 or a scrap piece of wood that is straight. And in this case, we're just simply going to butt the front of the 2x4 up against the front of the tread, or the riser in this case, and then level it. Make sure that it's plumb, I should say. This needs to be vertical. And then our 42-inch mark, again, cannot be lower, can be higher. Just kind of going around here, giving you a different view of it. Top corner edge is what we're going to be measuring from. Hope this makes sense. Now in our last example, I am going to use a nosing. This has a 1-inch overhang here. And again, we are going to be measuring from the front top of the projected tread. So if it is vertical, the riser goes all the way up straight, then you can measure from this point here. If you have a nosing, you're going to be measuring from this point here up 42 inches. And in this case here, I actually made the top of the hand railing a little taller. So I added 3/4 of an inch to it. So this line would represent 42 inches. And then I made it 42 3/4 to allow for the carpeting. Or even if you're going to put wood flooring on, if you're going to use 3/4 inch wood flooring, then you'd better make sure that you compensate for it here. So after these measurements are finished measurements, I cannot stress that enough. I actually worked on a house one time. I built the stairs for it, and then came back to look at it after the handrail was done. And I knew right then, I said, oh no, they had it built at 36 inches. 36 inches was the old building code. And of course, they raised it to 42 inches. And of course, I don't know why they raised it or why they changed it, but they did. And again, this video is meant to provide you with a method on how to measure it and what most building codes are going to be asking for. But it will be up to you to check with your local building department or building authorities to get the measurements that they require, because they might be different.